Today we're going to learn about less than zero. Now first of all, each student will get an integer number line. And when in the real world would we use numbers that are less than zero? Some may say the weather. Have you ever heard that maybe in Montana it was below zero, like -10? Or sea level. Below sea level would be a negative number. Or boiling. So if looking at, everybody will receive an integer number line. So the zero is neither positive nor negative. So pointing at, show me your -4 on the number line. Okay, here it is. What about 4? There. And now if I gave you 4 marbles and I said, I need you to give Mary 6. You would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many marbles would you have left? You'd have -2. That means that you would have less than 0. To help teach this, we're going to be reading Less Than Zero by Stuart Murphy. Big sale. All scooters, 9 clams. Less Than by Stuart Murphy. All of Perry's friends had ice scooters. They could zip to school and zoom to the ice rink. Fuzzy could do figure 8s. Baldy could even do flips. Perry wanted a scooter too, but his dad said Perry would have to save 9 clams and buy one for himself. And I don't have a clam to my name, Perry moaned. Not one clam. On Monday morning, Perry's mom said, I'll pay you 4 clams to trim the ice in front of the house. That's hard work, said Perry. And that's a lot of clams, said Mom. Perry trimmed all afternoon. Now, do we typically have ice in front of our house? No. So the ice represents what? The shrubs or the grass, correct? By the end of the day, Perry had 4 clams of his own. He picked up a pad of paper and decided to make a graph to keep track of how many clams he had. Perry wrote Sunday and Monday at the top. He made marks for 4 clams up the side. He made a big dot below Sunday at 0 and another big dot below Monday on the line that showed 4 clams. Then he drew a line to connect the 2 dots. Wow, I've got from 0 to 4 clams in just one day, he thought. On Tuesday morning, Perry's friend Fuzzy called, Do you want to go to the ice circus? He asked. It cost 5 clams. The ice circus had seal acrobats and polar bear clowns, giant snow cones. Perry wanted to go more than anything. But I only have 4 clams, he said. I can loan you 1 clam until next week, Fuzzy said. The ice circus was fantastic. So now, is he below 0 or above 0? He's below by 1 clam. When Perry got home, he took out his pad of paper. He had spent 4 clams plus 1 of Fuzzy's. He wrote Tuesday at the top of the graph. Then he counted down 5 lines to show the clams he had spent. He wrote -1 below 0. Then he made a big dot below Tuesday at the -1 line and drew a line from Monday's dot to Tuesday's. Gosh, thought Perry, I went from 4 to -1. That's even less than 0. At the end of the ice skating practice the next day, the fishy treat truck parked right next to the gate. All of Perry's friends went zipping over on their scooters. Come on, said Baldy, let's get a treat. But I don't have any clams, said Perry, and I already owe Fuzzy 1 clam. Well, I can loan you 2 clams for a fishy boat, Baldy said. Perry couldn't resist. Sardines are my favorite, he said, and my husband's too. It was delicious. That night, Perry took out his pad of paper again. Perry counted down 2 more lines to show the clams he had borrowed from Baldy. Below 1, he wrote -2 and -3. Then he wrote Wednesday at the top, made a big dot on the -3 line, and drew a line from Tuesday's dot to Wednesday's. Oh no, thought Perry. Now I'm 3 clams less than 0. Seems like he's digging a hole, right? The next morning, Perry didn't go outside. All his friends were playing on their ice scooters, and it was no fun just watching. Perry lay down on the floor and sighed. Then something under the couch caught his eye. It was a clam. Wow, he thought, maybe there's more clams hidden around the house. We've all done that before, right? Perry started a clam search. He looked everywhere, behind the rewarmator, over the cooling oven, even in the big ice chest. By the end of the day, he had found 8 clams, and his dad said he could keep them. Perry ran to his room, took out his pad. Perry wrote down Thursday at the top. Then he counted up 8 lines to show the clams he had found and made a dot below Thursday at the line that meant 5 clams. He drew a line from Wednesday's dot to Thursday's. When I pay back the 3 clams I owe Baldy and Fuzzy, I'll only have 5 clams left, thought Perry. I wish I hadn't borrowed those clams. The next afternoon, Perry put all his clams in his pocket and went out to meet Baldy and Fuzzy. But when he reached his pocket, there was nothing in it. He felt and felt, but all he could feel was a big, big hole. Oh no, moaned Perry. I can't believe it. I've lost 8 whole clams. Fuzzy and Baldy helped him look, but it started to get dark, and there wasn't a clam in sight. When he got home, Perry went into his room. He took out his pad, sadly. Perry wrote Friday on the top. He counted down 8 lines and made a big dot below Friday on the -3 line. Then he connected Thursday's dot to Friday's. I'm right back where I was on Wednesday, thought Perry. So long, Scooter, he whispered as he drifted off to sleep. In the morning, Mr. Spike from the next door was in the kitchen when Perry woke up. Hello there, Perry, said Mr. Spike. Remember when you waved to me yesterday when I was shoveling snow? Uh-huh, Perry answered sleepily. Look what I found after you left. Mr. Spike reached into his pocket and handed 8 clams to Perry. Perry ran to get his pad. Perry counted out 8 lines and made a big dot on the line that showed 5 clams. Then he counted Friday's dot to Saturday's. After he paid back Fuzzy and Baldy, he would have 5 clams left. Not only that, added Mr. Spike, your parents told me that you want to buy an ice scooter, and I need some help shoveling snow. How many clams do you need? I'll give them to you now, and you can work them off later. The scooter cost 9 clams. Perry counted up 4 lines, made a big dot on the 9th line. He counted the dots. I need 4 more clams to buy the scooter, Perry told Mr. Spike. Mr. Spike handed Perry 4 clams. If you shovel snow for me for 4 days, we'll be even, he said. It was Sunday again, and Fishy Treats Tuck was open for business. Get your fishy fries here, yelled the seal. Only 3 clams. Want some? Said Fuzzy. I can loan you some clams, offered Baldy. No way, said Perry. I already have 4 clams less than 0. What? That's what I owe Mr. Spike, but I do have a cool new scooter and a cool new job, too. And Perry scooted off to shovel snow. The end. Thank you.